Life is like riding a bicycle. In order to keep your balance, you must keep moving. And you are one ride away from a great mood.
Hello everyone, welcome to RPG Lesson Travel. I am your host Rishabh Bharadwaj. Today we are shooting our 7th episode of Design Dialogue. If you have not yet started watching this series, I will leave all the links in the description below. Please go and check all those videos which are very interesting. And for today's discussion, we have taken a very interesting topic, how to nail a design jury. And to have a conversation on this topic, I have invited one of my very good friend who is a designer, traveler, storyteller, researcher, mentor, founder of Ridia Cycling Club, and whatnot. He is so full of gyan that we used to call him Guruji in the design college. So let's welcome Shailesh Krishna.
Hi Rishabh, thank you for inviting me on your show and congratulations for having such a good run. I'm surprised that you picked this topic for me, which was jury, the most taboo topic. तो जूरी का क्या करें? ये सवाल तो हमारे लिए भी बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट था.
So, Shailesh, you have been taking jury for quite long now. So, as a jury member, what do you look for while you are assessing a student's work? तो मतलब किन basis पे assess करता है? कोई ऐसे sheet वगैरह होती है जो तुझे fill करनी होती है या how does it work?
Yeah, generally there is a sheet to fill, but the sheet itself does not define the entire criteria upon which I am going to judge a student. Is going to be judged totally upon the criteria that I have come with. Of course, the jury is consisting of a panel which has many jury members. I'm just one of the externals, but every jury member has his own criteria. My criteria, apart from the skills which are needed in every designer, are more towards the kind of research the student has done into the project and the kind of thinking that one applies into problem solving and and overall approach towards the problem. The background research, the people for whom the product or the vehicle is being designed, or the purpose behind it. When there is a purpose behind it, the product or the solution automatically gets validated, and it feels real, and uh, it is much more easy to accept that yes, this solution, if not hypothetical, would really work with certain changes, and that is really exciting to find in students and juries.
Makes sense. So, do you have any percentages also? Because oftentimes it happens that students develop the skill of sketching, rendering, and visualizing very well, but they lack in converting an idea into those sketches. So, how do you rate those students who have high skill level but ideas are weak, or other way around, like ideas are good but they're not able to communicate it properly in their sketches or renders or visualizations? So what kind of questions you ask them, or how do you try to understand their viewpoint?
Yeah, that is quite common to be seen. That there are students with huge amount of work, but lacking in quality, or small amount of work but really fantastic ideas. And this kind of disparity I've seen in generally most of the design schools. Uh, I guess this can be totally covered by students through a semester long approach towards the problem rather than a jury fulfilling approach to the problem. Yeah, so most of them start working when the jury's dates are announced, and it's kind of quite evident that it has been done in a rush. But if you really uh, want to become a designer, and uh, you feel for the problems, you feel for the questions that you're trying to find answer for, you go and you talk to your faculty, you engage with them, and you come up with solutions. You talk to various kinds of people, and when you spend that kind of time onto the problem, the innovator within you, it shows that you have worked on certain problems. And I guess if most of the students who are lacking in skills uh, or lacking in ideas, both of them start way ahead when the semesters begin and when the jury courses are rolled out. They will come up with really beautiful ideas. Another thing that kind of mars the amount of quality or the kind of quality that students generally come up with is being really confined to a certain narrow direction. Say, if somebody wants to design motorbikes, he will only pick projects which will work with motorbikes rather than going for, say, a city utility vehicle. So, what happens is you're doing just what you want to do rather than exploring and learning what you're actually in the school for, which is learning.
Mhm. So, do you think that students first arrive to the solution and then they work backwards towards the problem?
Yeah, sometimes we do find such students who seem to have been doing the same thing in the last semester and they bring it up in the next semester, saying they are carrying it on, but it's actually their pet project which they are doing. Some modify their own vehicles, or some kind of are very creative and they just tweak their previous projects into projects for the next semester. Yeah, these students do come up, but there are greater number of students who come up with really good ideas and really good approaches. So, of course, you find those students, but they have to be shown the right direction. But apart from that, juries have been an amazing experience when your mind is actually blown away at times.
Okay. So, you take juries for only transportation design students or product design also? And what all disciplines do you choose?
For now, I have been invited for transportation design students, but
Okay.
I'd really be interested to see some product or communication design juries. Those will be really new experience for me because a jury is always a learning experience for the jury member as well.
Okay. Okay. So, our next question is, जब हम लोग कॉलेज में थे और अब जो you see students working, is there any change the way juries happen now, or is there any change in the kind of preparation students do for the jury? Are they more prepared or less prepared? What is the scene right now?
Yeah, the juries actually are a part of the education system. Once the education is imparted, you kind of prove what you've done after the semester through a jury. And what you have done throughout the jury will depend upon the kind of or the way design pedagogy has been cultured in a school, and that takes a lot of time to change. The way education is imparted, design education is imparted. So, say in 8 years, which is the time I guess which has passed by since we were students, not much has changed when it comes to design pedagogy, and hence juries also are mostly the same. But there are some differences. Some differences are in the field of presentation techniques and certain new ideas in the way the entire jury is conducted, the whole experience. Mind it is not only an experience for the jury members, it is also an experience for the student, because if you give your jury as if you're giving an examination, you're doing it wrong. It is a very good opportunity to learn how to actually deal with clients. So if design schools, some of them already have created an atmosphere where the jury is really transparent and really equal. There is an equality between the design learners and even the most wise learned professionals from the industry. And that is one change that is refreshing.
It can be a platform for the students once they reach industry, because there they have to take care of a lot of stuff. Not only design, they have to talk to stakeholders, they have to sell their design, they have to convince people, because most of the industries are not design driven, or decision making involves a lot of money. So business driven things happen. So there it becomes very important for the students to learn how to convince people. So jury can be a very good platform wherein there's a panel with different mindset, different people, so they can explore more options there and learn from there. So that's very important. It's a good thing. And you correctly mentioned that it's an experience, so it should be good for both the people, the student who's giving it and the jury panel who's receiving it. So you mentioned earlier that students start to work for the jury when dates are announced. So do you think that's a correct approach, or we should do it regularly? Because consistency is the key. That's how you improve your skill. That's how you learn things. That's how you discipline things. So what is your take on it? जब डेट आए तभी करो, एक रात पहले करो या करते रहो?
Yeah, we kind of all are guilty of doing the same sometimes in our student life. Uh, but the best practice is practice, practice, practice. These three P's, and prepare, prepare, prepare throughout the semester, because design education is not a normal education. This is not an examination that you give at the end. It is throughout, it is a learning experience. Throughout, it is an iterative experience. Even during the juries, you are open to iterate your ideas and open to leave behind your ideas and jump onto something which you find really, transcendental when it compares to what a student's solution is. And I guess that opportunity, that kind of involvement deserves that the student also do their part and work throughout to understand the real pain points concerned with the problem. I guess they should be working throughout rather than at the end. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Actually, it is a no-brainer, but when you are in college, you think differently. And till first jury, they don't understand that jury means that you will accumulate for 6 months and then you present something. So I think it's a very good advice. I think students should take it. They should learn from other people's mistake or the people who have been through that journey altogether. So okay, that's nice to know. So अगला question पूछते हैं. So Shailesh, tell us about the experiences or the projects or students which just blown you away when you took their juries. Are there any such experiences with you?
Yeah, actually, there are a lot, but some really stand out. Some really stand out by the way they deliver their ideas, they communicate what they've been thinking, the thought process which has been used to target a problem. When communicated in a very brief and crisp manner, it captures you, and there are many examples. In fact, I don't remember the names of the students, but I do remember one of the students coming up with an idea of a product which was to be used at home. This student is a transportation design student, yeah. But they were supposed to do some products, right? So what this guy came up with was a solution which connected with me immediately, because I was living alone and I used to cook. And what this guy did was he designed a chopping board, and when you cut your vegetables, you can just slide them, and the top of the cup and the top of the chopping board, they are flush, right? And you can just slide whatever you cut, goes directly into the cup. It was so interesting, it made me smile. I went back to my place and I made that in a week for myself, and I started using it. So there are many great ideas. I mean, this is just an example from product, but there are many good ideas when it comes to transportation design as well. It really makes me happy to see students who inculcate values of equality, sustainability. Yeah, and it really touches your heart when students come up with transportation design projects which are focused on harmony, which are focused on environment, which are focused on peace and equality, rather than just aggressive vehicles and top speeds and whatnot. Apart from that, when you come with such gentle mood boards towards your projects, it kind of makes you hopeful for the future, that there are such people studying who will go into the industry and kind of our future is in good hands.
Okay, great. Good, good. So, Shailesh, what do you advise students? How should they nail their juries? We have talked about the experiences, how students deal with it. So, are there any key pointers? Like, if I have to tell somebody, what I'll do is work on your idea, be thorough with your research, and try to convert what you have learned from your research to your solutions. Because there is a gap, I feel, that gap is not filling up. So, do you think there can be a key pointer approach for a jury?
Yeah, actually, design students, when they are learning how to tackle a problem, studying at a design school, they should see a jury as a problem itself. See the jury members and see their faculty as the people they have to convince with their ideas. See what they really like, be very strategic, and focus on what the likes and dislikes of certain faculties are. And when you design your entire project with pointers, with facts, with researches which appeal to certain members of the jury, you actually strategically prepare for victory. One of the uncertain parts of a jury is the external, which mostly, when it is me, right? Otherwise, there are other people. There are many experienced jury panels. I'm nowhere among them. But doing a bit of research into the external member and the fields that appeal to him, the questions that he cares about or she cares about. When you think about those and when you talk about those questions and target your project at them, nothing turns them on better than that at a jury, of course. Another thing you can do, which is a psychological trick, is connecting your project with yourself personally, personalizing it, connecting it with a problem that you faced, with an illness of a loved one, with the wrongs which is happening in the society right now. When you connect your solutions with these problems, it directly appeals to everyone who's listening, and you make a spot into the minds where it is already validated because the problem is real. And once you've identified a problem is real and your product is connected to that problem, your half of the validation is itself done. I guess this is something that people can use to enhance over whatever they've done throughout the semester. These strategic steps can be the difference between say a B and a B plus, or maybe A and an A plus, right?
Okay, great. These are really good insights because one of the things I do when I prepare for an interview and if I know who the interviewer is, I'll go through the LinkedIn profile, I'll go through the projects, I'll go through the interests, and then accordingly I'll prepare myself. Because at times it happens that we don't know who will be our interviewer and we prepare something else. So it's always good to know your interviewer or the jury panel. Very good advice. Thank you so much, Shailesh, for sharing your experiences as a jury member in design colleges, and we learned a lot today. There are certain things which design students can take from this video. They can have the pointers, they can be prepared well after watching this. So, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Rishabh. And to all those students out there who are watching Rishabh's channels, RBJ Let's Unravel, one of the key things you can do to crack your jury is subscribe to his channel, because you will get these pointers there and many more to come, I'm sure. All right? All the best. Thank you, Rishabh. All the best.
Thank you.